we are live. Good evening, Critverse, and welcome back to Crit and Miss. You are watching our very first episode of White Plume Mountain. But before we get started, I have to ask you a question. Do you hate Mondays? Do you begin the weekends on Friday afternoon just dreading the moments that Monday rears its ugly head? Well, not anymore, because for at least for the very short future, you now have something to look forward to on a Monday evening, and that is this very stream, White Plume Mountain, with DM Luke from Big Games, Small Pieces. How are you, Luke?
Well, thanks, Sven. How are you tonight?
Oh, yeah, not too bad. I mean, it's been a busy weekend. It's going to be a busy week. I've got a lot of streams coming up, as I said, but you know what? I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna get through it with the help of my very best friends, some of which you are seeing right in front of you right now. Now, you might be wondering, what is White Plume Mountain? Well, I'm here to tell you. White Plume Mountain is well, how do they describe it? A fun house dungeon that was first written in 1979, I believe it is. Does that sound about right, Luke?
Yeah, way back then.
Sounds about right, yeah. So, written a long time ago. It was voted the 9th best dungeon by Dungeon Magazine all the way back in 2004. Could probably do with an update, but I'm sure it'll still make the top 30 list. It was rewritten in 2017 for Tales from the Yawning portal, which you should be able to see up on your screen right there. I am not going to be joining in for this stream, just like we've done with Tales from the Rogueslight Tavern with Mark as DM. I'm going to be on the ones and twos. I'm going to be in the background hosting the stream and making sure everything runs smoothly. The person in charge of tonight's game is, in fact, Luke. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you, man, and the power will be in your hands. But before I do that, I will have to let everyone know that the card redemption system is in play. So if you're watching the stream and you want to give the players a little bit of assistance, or maybe you want to give the DM a cheeky natural 20, make sure you redeem those crit coins. You can redeem them for like I said, a natural 20 for the DM if you're feeling generous, but you can also get a natural 20 for the players. You can get Wild Magic Surge cards, which will be up to Luke's discretion when they come into play, whenever someone casts a spell. You can get Guidance for the players, which is an extra 1d4 for any d20 roll, be it a skill check or an attack or a saving throw. You can buy them a health potion. And I'm forgetting one here. Oh, that's right. Advantage for the players. Now, when those cards are on the board, it'll be up to the players and the DM to decide when they get used, which I think is a lot of fun because it sets the players against each other, arguing over who gets to use what. So I've done some of your work for you, Luke, turning the players against each other.
Yeah, there is a scene here that'll do that too. So, tempting.
All right, well, I'm going to stop taking up everybody's time. I'm going to hand it over to Luke, and Luke will introduce all the players and all the characters you're going to be seeing tonight. I'm going to be in the background, so make sure you give all the support to these people, and thank you very much. Oh, and before I do, Mod Brew has redeemed a skull, so if you're drinking a drink, take a sip. Skull,
Thanks,
everybody. All right, goodbye, guys. I'll see you again very soon.
Sounds good. Now I'm going to unload skulls constantly. You need to be at a certain point to play this game. Righto. So we're going to go along the lines to introduce our players and our characters. We've Sven moving along. I've got my wife in the same room as me, who's chosen not to put herself out there on the internet. So we'll just have her introduce her character, and then we'll move along the line. Rita, you want to introduce your character to us?
Yes, my character is Akuna Natata. I am a Leonin, basically a lion beast man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a level 8 bard,
Mm-hmm.
and I envision my bard. He's an entertainer. He's a singer. and he's looking to become famous.
Mhm.
He's gorgeous. He has the long, shiny mane, and he wants to have adventures to sing about so he can gain any fortune.
Got to have a muse.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, Ben.
Yeah, so my character is Bruno. I'm a hill dwarf of the Circle of Fire, and I'm a Circle of Fire druid. I have a small wildfire spirit named Charmander, who is essentially a squirrel that loves to forage and seek out things.
Mm-hmm.
My quest is to purify the world, and to do this, I've realised that I must have power. So I'll do whatever I need to do to get a title and position in order
Sounds
to
good.
purify the world.
What does Bruno look like? You've said dwarf, but is there any other particular things that go with that?
No, small, just your typical dwarf, just very unassuming and
Mm-hmm. Little creatures living in your beard?
not yet. I'm a bit too young for that just yet. Haven't really thought that one out. Although growing something might be useful. And yeah, we'll see how we go.
Sounds good. Ross, do you want to introduce us to your character and make sure we all say it correctly?
Yeah, good luck with that. So my character is a fighter champion, race Minotaur. So name's Halaphos. Pretty much going to be halitosis, but halitosis.
Hello
Yep.
for sure.
Pretty much background was a soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually got out of it, got into making cheese. Since he has all the fur, every time it sort of fails every so often, so he's got to go make some more money. So he's sort of tagged along with a crew to go help them through the dungeon to make some more money to reinvigorate his cheese making shop.
I like cheese.
Everyone does.
Everyone seems to find fur in the cheese. He tries to tell them like it's furry cheese, but it just happens to match his coat.
Very good.
Just so you can floss at the same time.
Yeah.
Texture.
Roro?
So I'm playing a Wood Elf Stalker Ranger / Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly unkempt. Was a Gloomstalker protecting a wee little forest. Got logged. Quite pissed about that. Looking for a really big weapon to take down a castle.
Ah, right.
And some oak trees.
I just figured someone come down and burnt it down.
Could have been that too. Maybe a druid.
You've got to purify the way to let nature flourish.
Righto. Well, we've met our players, we've met our characters. Let's now let you know what's going on with this adventure. Right, so this is White Plume Mountain, currently in Tales of the Morning Portal in the 5th edition. As Sven was saying, it was published many, many moons ago, way back in like the 1st edition. It's been a 2nd edition. It's been had it done 3rd edition. We don't talk about 4th edition, and then it's back in 5th edition now. Great dungeon. It's a funhouse dungeon. So how it was originally done was Lawrence Stick pitched this as his best rooms. He just put all his best rooms together and then sent it into TSR, those who owned Dungeons and Dragons at the time, and they looked at it and said, "We love it. We're going to publish it." And even though it was never intended to do that. So not every room may make perfect sense, but hopefully the story they've pinned together here will keep it going. So let's not look too close and pull too many threads. But hopefully we've got a competent adventure here for you guys to enjoy, run, and challenge yourselves in. And I've run it a few times now and been a player in a few times, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the dungeon. So to set the scene, we're in Neverwinter, I believe. We're been in town, and all of a sudden, this note has just been letterbombed everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. It's in the town, it's in the pubs, it's on the notice boards, it's in the churches, it is absolutely everywhere. And word is it's even spread around to a lot of other places as well, all up and down the Sword Coast. You lot have been hired, pulled together by your individual contracts to bring us in and talk to the lords of Neverwinter and some of the clerical high mages and high schools that work in the area. They've got an issue for you. The problem is they've had 3 legendary weapons stolen from them. These weapons are Black Razor, is it a long sword or a great sword? I think it's a great sword. There is Whelm, a warhammer, and there is Wave, a trident. These legendary, like top tier weapons have been stolen from churches, from mage areas, from a number of different places. And it has spooked the hell out of these people, the former owners. These legendary weapons have, and they want them back. Now, what you've been told is originally when these weapons were stolen, about close to 30 days ago, 310 day, they sent out their clerics, their priests, their mages, their everyone else they had to try and recoup these weapons. But they never came back, and no reports did either. After a 10 day or so, they then sent out waves of guards. These churches and law and rich houses and lords and more such have very numerous people at their disposal. So they've already then sent out a few waves of people who can go get these weapons back. And this is why it was all kept private, hush hush, and only the people who had them stolen had this note. I'll read it momentarily. Now, it turns out that it's been letterbombed everywhere, filling the town, and it has spooked the previous owners. They no longer can keep this hush-hush and can hire people quietly to go and collect the stuff for them. They've got to go get it now, of course. Who knows who these could fall into the wrong hands. So, basically, you guys need, by the Lords of Neverwinter, to go and collect the legendary weapons and bring them back. And in return, they will offer you anything. Name it, and it will be yours. While you think about that, let me read the note. And at the end of it, you can tell us why you're going on this quest and what your reward will be. So those of you who play in the game, you can open up Mysterious Note and you can read it yourself. You've got a picture there in fancy writing. But for those who can't read that or playing with us along at home, listen in. The note reads, "Search ye far or search ye near, you'll find no trace of the 3, unless you follow instructions clear, for the weapons abide with me. North past the forest, farm and furrow, you must go to the feathered mound. Then down away from the sun you'll borrow. Forget life, forget light, forget sound. To rescue Wave, you must do battle with the beast in the boiling bubble. Cross caverns vast, where chain links rattle, lies Whelm, past water spouts double. Black Razor yet remains to be won, underneath inverted ziggurats. What garned, think not that you're done, for now you'll find you are caught. I care not, former owners brave, what heroes you seek to hire. Though mighty, I'll take each one my slave, or send them to the fire." Now this note was signed by a symbol that scholars didn't recognise. They had to then go away and research, and even the ones who study extensively had to go look up this symbol of a former mage who lived 1,300 years ago. An evil mage who took his army of gnomes away with him and left him departed, thought dead, now rises. This note with his seal. So tell me, adventurers, what is it that you've bargained for that will get you through this dungeon and have you return to have your just rewards? Rita, you want to tell us what Hakuna Matata?
What Akuna Natata wants at the end of this
What is it that you crave? What is your reward?
Oh, fame.
Fame?
I want to be famous and legend.
Mm-hmm. You don't want your own playhouse?
Oh, didn't think that far.
Damn it!
Damn it! I just wanted to be famous.
No worries, we'll give you plenty of fame. We'll give you all the fame you want.
Good fame.
Exposure. All the exposure.
It's all about exposure. Ben? What does Bruno want?
Bruno seeks titles and power to purify this land. And lots of land.
I figured a nice big forest that you can burn down would be right up your alleyway.
And you said the Warhammer was Whelm?
Whelm, yes.
Yes, Whelm. Yes. Just a title will do. Yes.
No worries. Ross, what is your character's their heart's deepest desire?
He's going to probably go for the weight in gold of the head of the animal he brings back, plus a master cheesemaker as slave for a year, so his cheese becomes better and stop having fur in it.
Access into the cheese guild and accepting his furry cheese?
That could be a secondary.
Be secondary. And Rolk, what is it your little heart desires?
10,000 feather token.
10,000 feather tokens, you bastard. Right. We'll get the mages straight onto that one. And your damn feather tokens. Right. Well, as it happens, you guys are slightly believe that feathered mound could be White Plume Mountain, that is off near Mount Hootenau in the region of Neverwinter. This knowledge could get you the advantage to get there before other groups, because now that these notes are spread all throughout Neverwinter, and who knows how far, that could possibly mean other adventurers will also be after this. And if you wait too long, they could overtake, surpass, and get in and out before you guys have the chance. So you definitely don't want to delay when it comes to this. The mountain you know to be is a few days' march, so you'll be able to get yourselves out there quick, smart, and then try and find this dungeon. White Plume Mountain is an active volcano, and known by its name because its constant plumes, underground rivers must run into the volcano and constantly cause a plume of steam to be erupting out of it. Is there anything you require before leaving Neverwinter?
What do I have?
Chloroform.
Aiming up front.
Chloroform? You want some out of the Alchemist Guild to make you some chloroform?
Please.
All right. They want you expected to leave quickly, but they will be able to quickly hasten and make some chemical contraption that puts people to sleep.
Yes.
A bottle of hyperita.
Ball bearings.
Ball bearings?
Yep.
Easy. You're asking for easy stuff. Not a problem. Yes, we'll get it. We'll get it to you straight away. Anyone else?
A donkey laden with arrows.
Donkey of arrows. Yeah, we can send someone down the market to purchase them immediately. They'll meet you at the gate on the way out. Anything else?
Legendary armor to go with the legendary swords we're going to get?
You got to bring them back. They're expecting you to bring back legendary. They're not going to give up legendary for legendary.
Yeah, no harm asking.
Yep. All right. Easy. Well, you will depart Neverwinter, meeting up with your donkey of arrows and your bottle of chloroform, your ball bearings, and did you ask for anything, Ross? Anything immediate?
No.
Shampoo.
Just some crackers to go with cheese.
Pretty much.
A churning urn thing.
Churn.
Well, it's not like you can make cheese on the run. You got to sit for
Have
a
a
while.
mini cheese kit.
You're muddying the technique.
Don't make
And sort
pocket
of leaving it
cheese.
on the back of the donkey to age may sort of add to some other furry elements.
Call it blue-brown cheese.
No worries. Well, you begin your travels and start heading to White Plume Mountain. A couple days' travel with little issues while being on the road to get yourselves there. And when you do arrive, before you is the Grand Mountain with its constant plume of steam rising out. No immediate indicators tell you whereabouts on the mountain the entry to this dungeon could be. So we're going to have a wander around to see how long it's going to take you to find entry. You've arrived after lunch, wasn't too far, but now you're going to have to explore the mountain to find the access tunnels. And I get survival from those of you who are tracking it down.
I also am a natural mountain expert.
Mm.
I've got a beard. Small beard, but
Mountaineering.
I do poorly.
If only we're giving each other advantage. Oh,
Yeah.
helping each other out. All right. You'll lose some hours wandering around the entire mountain, and then when you believe you found a possible path, gathering yourselves back up again to get back on track. Following a path that is made by a wagon leading into the mountain through a narrow path that's laden with trees and bushes to give it concealment, you eventually come across a long... I've got to use feet, not meters. About an 18 long by about 4 or 5 foot wide big mud puddle. And it looks like the wagon goes up to it, then goes into it, and then just kind of disappears.
What?
I get a very long stick.
Uh-huh.
Is this where we try and convince the shiny-haired lion to...
Not my beautiful fur.
Mud's good for the... so they say.
No, that's skin.
Hakuna Matata?
Not
saying,
the hair.
Mud baths are great for a shiny complexion.
Skin. Not hair.
Doesn't look like Hakuna Matata wants to go in the mud.
No, thank you.
Look, you grab a stick and start poking round.
Big long trees. Gonna cut a tree down. Throw it in there.
Druid decides to cut a tree down. All right. Rook and Bruno are making their way down the mud. The sticks and staff squelch into the mud somewhat until they meet slow resistance, which would indicate that the mud is sort of sealed, until you get further in about 10, 13 feet, and before you hear and the stick solidly stops.
Nice dunk.
It only looks to be about an inch or so covered in mud, where this quite large rectangular shape is set.
As we start playing
Like we
21...
can,
Sorry,
Earth?
bro.
does it look like we can dig a trench and drain this somehow, or
It's a smart way.
like some sort of crude siphon out of bamboo?
Sounds good. It's thick mud. It's not just going to run straight out like a river, but yeah, you can start whittling an area to allow it to start draining away. Or at least you're going to start scooping and slushing in a way to send it away from where you're trying to dig.
Yeah, we do that.
Sounds good. Let's...
Drain the puddle.
Pushing the mud aside where the bard stands back and gives you encouragement, you guys are able to clear back and find a trap door buried in the mud.
Ooh, I have mage hand.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
cast
yeah.
mage hand.
Stand back.
What, you're using mage hand to wipe the sweat off our brows from a distance, are you? So you don't get mud on you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like I don't touch you or be.
You're icky. The mage hand can grab onto the ring and try and heave on it, but it's not able to lift the weight of the door. The door is either swollen because of the wooden timbers into this, what it's set, the recess it's set in, or the hinges are jammed, rusted shut, or such. It's going to take a bit more strength than mage hand.
Oh. Get the mage hand to float away and wipe the mud
Wipe
off
the
its
mud off
hand.
itself.
When you did
Hell off
like,
the hostess. I think
Okay.
this might be.
No.
You said it's a door and it's swollen. I cast Create Bonfire on the door.
No worries. We're going in with style.
just as I pull out the rope, going, we can put it through the. Oh,
Ew, it's mud. We're hardened adventurers. We don't want to walk in the mud. Righto, we cut a bonfire and we all stand back. The dirt immediately on the top dries out quite quickly as it starts burning away. Then as the fire slowly keeps burning into the timber, I guess once it starts burning through, little sprays of dirt and mud and brick and such start spraying out of it, out of the small holes. Standing back and looking like it's kicking, like it's alive. After a little while, the fire burns into the door, and then you can feel and hear pressure changes constantly coming out through the hole that's been made. The hole would be about 1/2 foot in diameter, and you can feel pressure changes from some sort of bellows pushing in against from the inside, bursting out into the dungeon. So from the dungeon out to where you are on the side of the mountain.
So the bonfire's getting bigger then?
Keep doing more bonfire?
Or is the bonfire getting smaller because of this pressure being pushed out?
Hey! We've got someone who's joining us for the first time. He's never played D&D, and he just wants to learn to figure it out. So, by all means. Team, if you're happy to explain yourself while making these checks, let weird Akis know what's going on. Sorry, Ben, you were talking about the bonfire?
Yeah, no problem. Basically, so there's gas being coming out of the door that I'm trying to burn my way through. Is it actually affecting the bonfire in any way? Is it making it smaller or bigger?
Not overly. Now that you guys are close and can start smelling the air, it does have a slight sulfury smell to it, but it and the air coming out is quite humid. So though it is being fed, the fire is being fed by oxygen, it's being fed by a very damp air that feeds it.
Get back! How's my bonfire going? Does it need to be reinforced?
You can focus enough to keep feeding it and allow the fires to grow. And
Well, let's
after,
just tell everyone to move back out of the way and probably cover their face, their mouth and nose.
Get out of the
my
way!
whole body, because like my fur's gonna singe.
Just move back further then, halitosis. Seriously. Fine.
all right. After a while, the fire has burnt out most of the road, and the pressure can still be. You're free to go over and examine the hole. And in doing so, you realise there's still bits of charred timber around. There is some of the mud sort of slopped back into the hole as the door was slowly burnt out around from it. But now you can see that there is a set of metal spiralling stairs that go down into the dark. The stairs will not allow you to see too far as they continue to spiral around in upon themselves. So all those who are about to yell out, "I can see I've got dark vision," can hold it for a moment as it's blocked by the stairwell.
I got
You're only
dark
able to see down to the next layer of stairs.
Nice.
Well, being the tank, I am going to grab my warhammer
Mhm.
and proceed slowly down the stairs
Sounds good.
and call out to make sure the bard's following and they're not worried too much about their precious hair.
Do we have an order of march for going down the spiraling staircase?
I will go second, but first I look around. Is there any moss floating around me? And
Moss
stuff
in the mud?
like trees and that because of all the extra humidity from the white plume.
White Plume's further up on the mountain. You guys are partial, part way. The mud has kind of had a warmish feel about it, and while standing over and around the hole, you can feel the constant pressure changes and the heat and humidity coming from down there. It's quite warm and quite humid, with a slight smell of stale, dank water.
Do I see a lot of moss growing on the local trees and stuff?
Yeah, you'll be able to find some.
Okay, I make myself a rudimentary mask out of it and proceed down after halitosis.
Sounds good.
I'll head down into the
With
darkness.
Hakuna Matata to bring up the rear.
Yes.
Now, this staircase is badly rusted, but appears to be sturdy. The air inside this passageway is warm, humid, and rather foul. When you reach the bottom of the stairs with a splash, you find the floor has been submerged beneath a foot of water. Let's take you to the dungeon.
And we're not going to tell the bard until they're splashed down into it.
There's need more mud.
Ah,
All right, you guys are in the bottom center if you're
It's
trying to
in between my
locate yourselves. So scroll down and see if you can find yourselves. Does everyone's tokens work in that immediate place?
I have really zoomed in too far.
Not yet, but I think it's more operator error. There we are.
You found it all?
Yep, just may have to update the stream.
Charmander, go!
It's usually behind us, but we've got all
yeah, true.
black. So it does lag, those of you watching the stream.
No, we're good.
That's all right. All right. Arriving down here at the bottom of the stairs, you find yourself stepping into water most foul. It takes up about a foot. This is going to slow you all down by a third, which should be about 10 feet for most of you, which means your movement is going to be reduced to 20 feet around. It's also going to make it quite hard for you to sneak, as to move at a normal rate is going to cause a lot of splashing and such. I take it you all have dark vision, or does someone need to be carrying a light?
No, I got dark vision.
I've got dark vision as well.
And we've got
60.
a dwarf, and we've got
I have
a
dark
elf.
vision at 90.
Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. All right,
Square, Luke, squares. Are they 5-foot squares?
They are 5 foot square. Although I
So-
do think this thing has had some problems. It might register them as 10 foot. Either way, just count the squares out and
Okay. So
shoot set.
20 feet, 4 squares we can move. Cool.
No worries. All right, so you're free to start exploring. Take your movements slow, so I can call that, and you all can move as a team, and don't just run right down the end of a corridor. So if you're going to progress down, also get into the order of march, which we're going to advance. Bruno, you've summoned Charmander, or we just got Charmander there on the screen?
I haven't yet, so I don't know if you want to
Yep, we'll just leave him back there. You can bring him back up later.
bring him forward if required.
Easy. All right. Hala is wandering forward. He's all happy to progress down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Follow him along.
Uh,
Into the shadow.
Oh, since I'm no longer on the stairs, I'm going to get out my long stabby stick with a halberd
Yep,
so I can poke stuff from a distance.
sounds good. How about this? As you round the corner, from the water emerges a large lion creature, standing itself up from the water. The giant sphinx shakes herself and tries to get as much of the muck off as she can. Wiping as much as she can and fixing her hair up, she then takes a fancy pose, waiting for you to approach.
Queen.
As we return to the bard going, I think she may need some hair solutions. Do you have anything to get the mud off the hair?
I do.
I've got lots.
How about you go give the Sphinx some suggestions of how she can make her hair so much better?
In a human environment. Even while down here, you can still feel the pressure changes on your ears and the heat's coming down here. The walls are about 10 foot wide by about 10 foot tall, off the ceiling, and they are constantly wet, slimy and dripping with condensation from the warm, moist air that's being pushed around this place.
We need to fix the drainage in here.
Yeah, certainly do. As you approach Halathatosis, stop right there. You bump into an invisible barrier that's between you and the Sphinx. The Sphinx looks at you, knowing that she was expecting this to happen. And she says, I'm just going to make this visible for you all. Now, this is the riddle. If you get the riddle immediately, please, for everyone else's enjoyment, hold back for a minute or two and let everyone think about it for a little while to enjoy the use of it. Otherwise, if people don't engage, they'll switch off and they'll have missed the enjoyment of at least trying to get the riddle. So, the pussycat stands up and she says, round she is, yet flat as a board, altar of the lupine lords, jewel on black velvet, pearl in the sea, unchanged, but ever changing, eternally. What am I? What do you think, team?
I think I got it.
Rogue thinks he's got an answer pretty quickly, but thanks for letting everyone have a go. Modbrew reckons it's 42.
Yeah, I'm probably going along Modbrew's lines because I'm never great at riddles.
Well, I've posted it there. I've also freed up the riddle, so you can find it in the journal.
But the question, Modbrew, if that's the answer, what's the question?
I'll read it again for those at home who need to have another crack at it. Round she is, yet flat as a board, altar of the lupine lords, jewel on black velvet, pearl in the sea, unchanged but ever a-changing, eternally. For those of you who are still trying to figure it out, by all means, talk aloud amongst the group, see if you can help yourselves. But if you think you've got it, we'll give another minute or two.
The hint is in lupine as well.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know what lupine is.
Really? Oh, that is a challenging one then, because that's the easy line.
I can say it's very much related to cheese.
We're going for June, and I'm going to make you pay.
All right, so Rita thinks she's got it. Ben's unsure. How are you going, Ross?
I think I've got it.
How's Hella and Ro? Well then, Ben, we'll give you another minute unless you want to think you can have a crack at it, since you are the last one.
Yeah, Nah, I'm out.
Round she is, yet
Bruno,
flat as a board, altar of the lupine lord,
Flat.
jewel on black velvet, pearl in the sea, unchanged but ever changing, eternally. All right, team. Those of you who think you've got it, what are we talking about?
Can I say it out loud?
I think so. I think we're out of time for.
We're talking about a plant.
We've got the moon.
Yep.
Yeah.
The moon. Oh.
The Sphinx looks at you. Yes, well done. She makes an arcane gesture, and the shimmering invisible barrier between you disappears. You may now enter.
You're going to test it with the pokey stick.
Poke, poke, poke.
Pretty much.
It feels like the barrier's gone. Well, it doesn't feel like there's a barrier there, I guess I should say.
Yep.
Ooh.
Move forward.
Now, before you stands 3 passageways. One to the front left, one to the front, and one to the front right. Or the map is orientated to the north, so you've got the north, the northeast, and the northwest.
Guys, let's split up.
Awesome.
No successful
Never
team.
done anyone ever in the harm.
I say we go right, because the right's always right, right?
Right is always right.
Radio.
Can I stop and talk to the Sphinx for a moment?
You may. She's just sitting there, standing back, allowing you to progress.
Madam,
Okay.
you are beautiful. How can you keep your hair so fine in this humidity?
Oh, surely you don't mean me. I can barely maintain things in this dank water. I've been stuck here for a while now, and I'm going to get fur rot at this rate.
Oh no, we can't let that happen. Here's my I always keep spares. Do you want a bottle of shampoo?
Oh, that would be wonderful, but I still don't have any water how to clean it. It'll come in useful once I get out of here, but until then, I don't know if I'll get much use.
Were you able to use your magic to get clean water in here?
I can try, but the foulness just keeps creeping in. It's a small relief, but it's just the desire to be dry. That's all I want.
You want desire to be dry? I've got you.
Well, she's standing in a foot of water, as you are.
Make her a platform. Who can grow trees into a platform shape?
Don't talk about growing trees.
You know it.
He hasn't got his feather tokens yet.
Um,
Why
grow
is
into
she-
wonderful
why-
feather tokens. When you plant them, grow into a tree.
Foot oak tree.
Do you have a plan to help Enid?
Gatekeeper.
How are you trapped?
Magically compelled, unfortunately. Happened to my sister once before. I'm stuck here for 310 day, having to make sure people are challenged before they can even enter this dastardly dungeon.
Who challenged you?
Unfair.
Who has restricted you to this place?
How can we eat them? I mean, kill them.
The mage, he keeps me here. Compelled to be here. It happens to us magical creatures from time to time, but unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it.
Really? Are you sure about that, madam?
Well, yes. To bring
that.
the first, you would need to defeat the wizard.
Huh.
Any tips, tricks?
Great curse means great power.
I unfortunately have not been down these passageways. Here is where was summoned, and here is where I must stay. I can't tell you much more than what I've seen from this spot.
Okay.
Have any before us managed to solve the riddle?
Yes. Another group were previously in here. Maybe it was 2 groups.
Ooh,
I don't know
where
if
did they
anyone was
go?
here before my time, but I've been here for just a little while.
So which way did the groups go when they
And were
came
the
in?
screams heard afterwards?
She points off to orientated to you. They went the left. They haven't come back.
Sounds like we've got some free loot to the left.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, thinking the same.
Or at least, no, her left, our right.
No, our left, it's orientated to us. So let's go left then?
I'm going to sneak down to the left, staying out of the light.
Okay.
Not a
I'm
problem.
Follow.
All right.
Keeping an eye out for traps.
I'm going to
All
keep about 20 paces behind the.
Stop there, Ro, as you drop beneath the water.
Woohoo! I found a trap.
Oh yes, watch out for that. It's hard to tell in the muck-filled dark water, exactly what you've fallen into. But it feels like when you're feeling back towards the direction you've come, that there is a stone passageway and a wall that drops off below the water's surface.
So he can surface back again and tell us what's happened or not?
Well,
Maybe not. I'll pop back and be like, hey, we've got a secret passage under this water here.
Yeah.
Or is it just the same passage going forward?
well, you've got to go down and explore it, but
You got
it's also
two furry.
dark down there.
You got two furry creatures. If we get in the water, I think we're sinking.
Okay. Nope, we can do this.
Doggy,
Who wants to go for a swim?
do I have to? Okay.
I'll do
Well-
it if you convince the bard.
No, wait.
Well, I'm going to say my goodbyes.
On up to willing pit creatures. Who wants to go for a swim?
Dungeon creatures in terrible manners. I will take my leave of you, lady. I will hope to find a solution for your issue.
Thanks, good looking.
Behave.
We're in a dungeon, please.
I'm going to take a deep breath and...
No. Rowan, wait. I can cast water breathing on all of us.
Oh, all right.
Ooh.
Okay, right. For the next 24 hours, we'll be able to breathe underwater as if it's through a short reed or piece of straw.
Oh, okay.
All good with that.
Oh.
Easy.
So it's like a snorkeling thing through a...
Yeah, pretty much.
The water got in!
Every time.
It smells.
Okay. In that case, we all have water breathing for the next 24 hours. So let's go for a swim.
You go.
All right, Rowan, how are you going to explore this area?
Well, I'll take my trusty stick.
Mhm.
I'll make my way through while feeling ahead with this.
Well, when lowering yourself back into the water and swinging the stick around, below you on occasions you knock something. It's hard to find them, but there's something below. And then as you start swimming ahead 10 feet, you find the other side where it climbs back out. And raises back up again.
Go back and try and pull some of those things out that I've knocked again.
As you dive down and feel them out, you find that they're spikes in the floor. This would have been a pit trap if the place hadn't flooded.
I'll tell the others. I did find a trap. I did. I'm the best.
I'm the best rogue there is. Put your faith in me. Okay. Everyone just going to lower themselves in, swim across, or is someone going to try and run and jump?
Oh, I'm going to swim. Cast water breathing.
All right.
Bubble along.
We checked the pit didn't go left or right.
Well, dive down and see if the walls are solid. Yeah,
I've
how
got
are
this
you in
water
there?
breathing. I've got to check it out.
Check it out. Just be careful of the spikes, but no, it seems like solid wooden passages. Not easy to see down there, but the walls appear solid. It looks like it would have been a pit trap.
Slowly get
Okay.
our way out. Shake off like a dog, and then follow the rogue.
Too easy. All right, you just progress down to the next corridor and just pause right there for a description. It is... Here we go. A series of copper-coloured metal plates line the walls of the path ahead of you. These copper plates are built into the stonework, and as you can see in the on the squares, they tug up about 8 feet wide, and they go all the way to the floor, from the floor to the ceiling. They're embedded in, and they don't seem like they're going to come out, and you're unsure what they do.
Hey, Rogue, push one.
I'm gonna do some mystic.
Actually, the bard's got mage hand. How about we go around the corner and just mage hand push it?
Oh, you want the mage hand out?
Probably not whilst the rogue's investigating. That could
Oh,
be
no,
some
I'm
fun.
investigating from the start. I have my trusty stick to tap things.
All right. The plates sound solid enough. Like they're not flimsy sheet metal or anything. Nor does it sound like there's something behind them, but it does sound like bashing into it. They are built into or into the rock that marks this passageway.
I'll take my trusty crowbar and pry one loose.
No worries. Pulling a crowbar out and start getting to work. You find that you can dig it down between the because this is built into the wall. You can dig it in between the rock and that, but pulling it out doesn't seem to be working. And after about a few minutes of work, you're finding that this piece looks like it goes into the roof and the ceiling and the floor, and they don't look like they're made to move.
What sort of metal was this again? Copper, did you say?
Copper.
It is a copper-coloured metal plate.
Ah.
Copper has a low melting point.
It's also very
So-
conductive.
It's also not that, like, quite malleable.
Here we're looking at a lightning trap of some sort.
Hmm.
Do you want me to heat it?
Waiting to use that heat metal.
Yes.
This could be very interesting with everyone, like, in knee-deep water. With a,
With a lightning. Yeah.
you could energize things a little bit.
I'll take my lucky bronze discus, fling it down the passageway.
Lucky bronze discus, the one you take everywhere. It's been like a brother to you.
Who doesn't take a lucky bronze discus?
At the same time as you throw it and then yell everyone to jump.
Okay. How about we melt it? Hey, Kuna. You want to do some heat metal, and I'll create a bonfire, and we'll see if we can melt this copper out of the wall.
Sure.
Everyone else, get back.
Well, you know, just use your hands and just stick to the wall and the ceiling, like all cats do.
Ro, you might want to remove yourself. Gonna start a bonfire.
Go to the other side of the country. Thank you very much.
All the way back. Okay, so how are we doing this?
I cast bonfire here.
In the water?
I get the temperature up so I can melt the copper out of the walls into the floor.
No worries. It won't stick well because of the water that it's in. Is it a cantrip or a spell you're using?
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip? Well, I guess you can just keep doing it time and time and time and time and time again.
Keep doing it until it melts out.
All right. Well, you're going to sit there for quite some time, getting the plate hot to the point where it can glow, and then you can start getting into it. And then, what's the next effect? I guess after sitting there for a while, it's going to be doing it. Then it's going to start, I guess, warping slowly as the starts getting into it. It's going to have to get damn hot to melt away. This is going to take a little while.
Yeah.
Break out some trail rations and
How's everyone going with this?
making
Enjoying this?
some gumbo.
This slowly starts melting or becoming more liquid in the center of this 8-foot wide plate. you're going to start melting in about a hand-sized hole as you keep burning and burning and burning your cantrips. As that keeps working, it's going to slowly start dribbling out. This is probably taking you about 8-10 minutes, sort of get to the point where it's now starting to melt out of the center of the plate.
Got a sweat going on.
Yeah, well, it's not easy to concentrate on magic like this for such a long time. It can wear you down. But you keep focusing on it as a fist-size hole. After you realise the plates must be about 3/4 of an inch, sort of thing, thick, as it slowly starts melting out, and you can start seeing some stonework behind it. And then I guess you're going to just. Do you want to melting the whole plate is probably going to take an excessive amount of time.
Yeah.
What's your tactic here? Melt
Really just circuit it. So break the circuit.
Do a cut across.
Just literally just get
keep
a hole
melting across.
plate and go from there.
Okay.
I guess I can spend a heat metal action on this.
No, I got this.
Oh, you got this? All right, then.
This is what I do. I burn stuff.
Power of extreme flame as you keep working at it. As it's just been pointed out on our stream, and I'm sure you probably know, Ben, copper's got a very high melting point. And a bonfire probably actually isn't going to get that hot.
Well, technically,
I like the creativity we're using here.
Well, it may soften it. So softening up the go forward with myself with the more strength in the rogue with the crowbar and the hammer, and be able to pull damage across it.
Yeah. Well, once again, it's by the time you've probably melted across the plate and melted across the 8-foot width of it, exposing the stone and breaking the circuit, is what I believe you're trying to separate the roof from the floor.
Yep.
This is probably going to take half an hour plus, at least, if not getting closer to an hour by the time you've melted enough to separate the plate. And at these levels, you're going to fatigue out before you get to the end. But we can say that we've melted through after quite some time, and people standing around in the water just splashing each other. Stop splashing! You probably
Amazing how much accidental splashing the bard gets.
You'll melt across the bottom of the plate and finally sever the roof from the floor. It's very warm in here. You can feel how much concentration that you're exerting yourself, and to continue like this not only will take time, but potentially constitution saves versus fatiguing out.
Okay.
It can be done. Not a bad way, but once again, technically you couldn't have been able to do it, but hey, it's fantasy.
Well, I suppose I'll carefully go down the passageway, investigate traps, while making sure I'm not standing between two any people at any given time.
Okay.
No worries. Progress nice and slow, like 5-10 feet at a time, to allow me to describe what's happening. You enter between the first two plates, and you can
More than one plate?
coming off the left-hand side where Bruno was able to melt a lot of the copper. It still retains a high temperature.
Feel the blood. Oh, damn it.
And nothing feels odd, strange, or such at this point in time. Progressing further, you feel a slight tingle, but nothing appears to be affecting you right now. With a good investigation of 22 as you inspect the walls, they don't appear to move, to vibrate, or to be giving off any energy type that you can recognize. But you do, if you feel the warmth of the whole dungeon is having its effect on you.
Was the Did someone be able to cast Familiar? Was that what Charmander was before?
Yeah.
That's not familiar. Oh, that's kind of his familiar. It's his flame spirit that he
My
can
flame
summon.
What's
spirit.
the range on your fiery teleport?
Don't have a fiery teleport.
Do you not get it at that level yet?
Nope.
You can teleport with that creature, can't you?
Oh, I can teleport with him, yes.
No worries, Rook. At this point in time, you feel something's odd, but it's a sensation that you've not felt before, so it's strange. Let me have a look at your character sheet.
Oh,
Um,
this isn't a Gauss channel, is it?
you've got arrows, and that's your main weapon, is it? Your bow and arrow.
Yep.
Any
I got
short?
a short sword as well.
Not a problem.
It is looking like a Gauss channel, Ben.
They
Yeah.
they are warmer to the touch when you grip your weapons.
Oh.
I'm gonna stand back here,
Come back.
and I'm gonna
Come back.
throw my short sword down.
Right, the range on throwing a short sword.
It's a sniper skill. Double throw.
Right. What's my
Or I'll fire an
strength?
arrow.
Fire an arrow.
Not bad. I'm pretty strong. How much is everyone wearing?
Shooting an arrow down the corridor will allow it to flick down. What type of arrows are you using?
Wood with a metal head.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll see as the arrow goes down the corridor, it's much like a tracer round. It'll go so far down, then it'll light up before it goes askew and drops away as the shot is fouled.
I'm gonna strip off everything.
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 Oh my!
we're bad.
Oh, please.
All right.
I think this is when Luke and Sven are
It was
glad you
firing.
Who's yeah, the bard's writing this all down, remember? What are you actually taking down with you?
A stick.
A stick.
A wooden stick.
Sounds good. Okay, you start making your way down the tunnel.
You know I have dimension doors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're
Like
feeling
I'm invisible to all of you. In the dark.
these bare cheeks. Bare elven cheeks.
Drag it behind you.
I see a different moon.
You're fine going ahead, Rob. Roll.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Huh? Can I see any levers or anything on this side?
No. Looking around, you can't. Bruno, what have you done before we check there? What have you done?
I've tied a rope to my hammer and I'm dragging it behind me.
Uh-huh.
And other than that, I'm just walking through because I'm a druid and can't wear metal.
No worries. Just let me check there. I've got something to
Crap.
confirm.
I'm wearing a ring. That's a...
I'm the fighter. I'm covered in it.
Okay.
Anybody got a bag of holding?
All right, so you've got a rope tied to your warhammer,
Mm-hmm.
and you're wandering down. As you're wandering down, you're fine. Keep going. Rowan.
Heating up excessively.
Some items are feeling warm. You've got you can feel you can smell that smell of steaming hot items in steam.
Okay. I quickly pull my hammer towards me, grab its handle, and hurl it down the corridor.
As you heave on the rope and the hammer comes down towards you, you can feel that it is very warm to the touch from where you're standing. You're then hoiking it down the corridor.
Yep, hoiking it down the corridor.
It flies down and lands with a large splash at the other side. As it travels down, you can see it start to glow red hot before it then hits the water on the other side, where it leaves a sizzling, bubbling bubbles coming out of the 1 foot deep water ahead of you.
Okay. I turn back and yell at everyone. Okay, guys, if you're going to bring anything metal, take it off and drag it through the water behind you and make it snappy because it's going to get hot.
Not a problem. And I'll just ask everyone to pause there and roll for initiative. As Rolk, you're standing there naked. Out of the illusionary wall, ghouls start emerging out of the passageway on the opposite side at which you stand.
I think I'm invisible.
Drawn by the splash of the hammer, these ghouls start charging forth, coming through the illusionary wall.
Oh,
That booty!
come on. Oh, man, I am so low down.
Well, let me roll
I still
mine.
beat you to the bottom.
Oh, I beat the ghoul. Or one of them. Hey. Two of them. Three of them. Holy crap!
You're level 8 now. You guys should be able to handle some things. All right.
We're gonna burn this place down, people!
Rook, you're standing there naked as all these ghouls have come charging out in the room, chasing after the splashing hammer. They then start looking around. You get to act before they do anything. What's your plan?
Well, as a Gloomstalker who's invisible in the darkness, there's a free hammer, man. I'm gonna pick up the hammer and smack the first one.
Touch my hammer or you burn! I'll burn you!
Move in, grab the hammer, and
Alright.
smack a couple.
No worries. This is a +2 warhammer. So, swing away.
Letting me drag and drop. So I'll pretend it's my short sword. So,
Yep.
so first round of combat, I get 2 attacks plus a bonus attack, and it's at advantage,
Okay.
I believe.
Well, it's DC 12 to hit these things, so Unleash. You wallop the first one. You don't have sharpshooter. Do you have both of those things operating?
It's turned on, but it'll just be the lower one, not the.
So it's just the piercing attack?
Yes, and a sneak attack with the first one.
No worries. Well,
6,
you'll
7.
be able to drop the first one as that ghoul that was examining the hammer. You reef it up in front of it, drive the hammer into it, and crush its skull. And you got sneak attack on the first one. We'll go with that. The second attack, you can swing at another one if you're willing to step into it. What's your plan, Rook? Just going for the first one, or are you going to step up and go for the second?
I'll step up and go for the second.
All right.
Cross.
You push forward. Coming in, swinging with a 9+2. You don't have advantage, do you? It's just that first attack?
No, I'm invisible in darkness.
Alright, got advantage. So it's critical on this one. That will probably knock this one out too. Actually, this one's got a good amount of hit points. Are we taking the sneak attack sharpshooter? What am I reading off here?
No, the one below.
Alright, so just the double piercing and the sneak
+5.
attack below. Alright, 16 points of damage. It still remains upright. Hakuna Matata?
Okay. I want to try this. I want to cast Dimension Door. I'm going to, hold on to, is it Hella? Hello, Hella. Do you mind just taking my hand for a moment?
How far can Dimension Door take?
500 feet forward.
As far as you can see?
As far as I can describe. So I'm going to describe 90 feet forward.
I'm just going to guess what 90 feet forward looks like.
Well, let's have a look. Let's just snap to the center. If I go 90 feet forward... Okay.
Yeah.
70 feet better? 75, 80?
Yeah. Go 90 foot, 85 foot.
85 foot forward?
Yeah, because then I can still run into the room and I'm not
What's
crashing
your
through
dark
you.
vision? Your dark vision will be limited by about 60 feet, I think.
Yeah.
You can work off a description, but you've got no describing things of what's down there at this point in time. You can run forward and then teleport at a certain point because you'll be able to see 60 feet ahead. But the problem is you don't know what that room or the other... It hasn't been... Rolf hasn't shouted down what the room looks like.
You can get to 80.
You can only see 60 feet down that tunnel in the dark.
Well, it says you can... Let's see, it can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction. Such as 200
by
feet.
stating distance. Okay,
Yeah,
yep, that's fine.
that's why I
Yep.
said...
Yep, that direction, 90
Yeah.
feet. Boom,
Yeah.
or whatever. How far are you going?
80 feet sounds good to everyone? Or is it 85?
You're doing it, Rita, and you're grabbing me for the ride. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
I
Come on,
have
buddy.
faith in you.
Let's make it 80 feet forward.
Alright,
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
you're going to have to pop out here because you can't pop out on top of Rolf because you get pushed off center. So that was your action. You've got your movement, bonus actions, and anything else left?
Well, that spell was my action, so
Yep.
I'm gonna hide behind Hella.
No.
Human shield! Dink!
Run away, allowing the ghoul to get a quick swipe at you
Aww.
for a 6 to hit. Luckily, it didn't have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Missing you, so you're able to quickly duck around and let Hala take care of all this.
So, but since someone within 5 feet of me
Yep.
made an attack on a creature that's not me, I can make a attack of opportunity against it. So I'm going to hit him.
It's not 5 foot from you.
Isn't it?
It's 5 foot from Rita, but Rita was in between you and it, and so Rita's then ran around.
Does it give me an extra 5 foot since I'm using halberd, which has the 5 foot standoff?
It will. Yes, that'll give you 10 foot reach, won't it?
Yep.
It's a reach weapon.
Oh. Doesn't matter anyway. Actually, no, it would because Half's next to it, so it's in advantage.
That's what you get.
So 10 slashing damage.
Sounds good. 10 slashing damage. 10 slashing damage on that creature will drop it as you slice through the creature, sending it down into the water. Alright. That one can't go because you've then dropped it. This one is free to go. This ghoul clambers out. 1, 2, 3, 4 to zip up to you, Alathos. It will then strike you with... Ooh, what can it do? Come in for a claw. There, the deadly. With a 1. A 1! It
Curses
fails.
you.
Overexcited, thinking he was going to get the first hit in amongst all his ghoul buddies. He came overconfident, zipped in, and he stuffed it. He tripped over the water. He wasn't doing well. He You got the yips. Fortunately, he's got friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As they come charging out. This one, they're not dumb, but they're not too smart. It's going to attack you, Gunam Potata. With a claw attack, with another one to attack, as it also thought it was doing really, really well, and missed utterly, completely. And Bruno, you're up. You're alone in a corridor with a lot of bad things happening up in front. What's the plan?
Okay, well, first, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Damn. Okay.
Things are
Movement.
starting to burn, and smoke and steam is starting to come out of your pack. Your smithing tools are glowing red hot inside your pack.
Oh, you best. Okay, I take off my pack and hurl it.
Hey Ben,
We're in the knee.
we're in knee-deep water.
Just, I don't have many range weapons. Give me this. I hurl it at this fool.
Duck!
You quickly pull your bag off your back
It's like,
and hurl it
And throw your anvil.
at the closest undead creature. Take this. I'll have you make a
Boy.
dex check. Since you don't have proficiency with random items, so you're just going to roll a dex check. So on your stat block, you're not with loot bags, so not a save. A dex check. So go to the stat and click on it. It's just a raw dexterity. There we go. Right. Not enough to beat its AC, but definitely enough to send it knocking the creature, gaining its attention. As your burning hot tools start burning their way out of the pack as it gets launched against them, you've now got smith-shaped tool holes burnt through your pack as they drop into the water, sizzling and starting to cool down. But you've gained the attention of that ghoul. You've moved. You've made an action. Do you have anything else left?
No. No. Saving those other things. Nope,
Saving the other
that's me
things?
done.
Not a problem. The next ghoul, it comes charging forward. 1, 2, as they come spilling out into the area. This one's going to attack Halitosis with advantage. And I get 2 1s. I freaking get 2 1s with advantage. I haven't rolled anything but 1s.
You got a crit on damage though.
wrong rules. We just want to kill everyone today.
I'm going to make him use his bite attack on you then. A 12.
And dings off the armor.
Yeah, I didn't think that would do too much. How's our next ghoul going to do? This guy can move up. He can be flanking and go against the naked elf.
Good. I'm invisible.
Not when you start attacking them. You come pretty visible when you're attacking them in melee. They can tell there's something there. I know where you're coming from. And you disengage and run out, and maybe you're right in the middle, swinging.
I used my reaction because he moved in range and take a 5-foot pace backwards.
Good stuff. You've got that, dude. That's an ability. Not a standard reaction.
Oh, that's a skirmisher.
Skirmisher. All right. Well, it'll take a claw at you as it's tracking you for a 16 to hit. $16 gets you there?
Oh, I'm on.
Yep. 4 slashing damage and make a DC 10 con save versus being paralyzed for 1 minute. You succumb to the poisoning effects and you find yourself paralyzed standing there and becoming weak at the knees as you start slumping down slowly. You'll be able to make saves. You can repeat the save at the end of each of your turns, but you are now paralyzed. Next ghoul. Comes charging out 2, 3, 4. That's about as far as he can go. Or he can double move to get himself a bit more, but their speed is also reduced, so they can only go so far. And this ghoul finally. Oh, Jesus, so many people. It's such a small place. Now that's a dead ghoul. He's going to step over the top of that one and attack the one right in front of him, which is. Who's that? Won't attack another ghoul, but he'll attack left or right. Let's say evens is Rowan and odds is Ross. It's going to attack Ross. Halitosis. Not flanking in this position, so the claws are going to come out for 8. And a bite for 8. So both of those are going to deflect off your armor. Halitosis, you're up.
Trying to check. Would ghouls be creatures?
They're undead. Everything is a creature.
Sweet. I'm going to get out the pipes of haunting.
Uh-huh.
So each creature within 30 feet that hears you play must succeed a DC 15 wisdom save or become frightened of you for 1 minute.
This is a frightened effect?
Yep.
Okay.
Are ghouls immune to frighten?
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh.
What's the DC and what type of save was it, sorry?
Yeah, DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Alright, so... And players, your creature's within the distance too.
Great.
If you wish, all creatures that aren't hostile towards you automatically succeed on the saving throw.
There it is.
I don't know. I could always be a bastard.
That one fails. So this one is... Oh, what's a good fear? What's a good... Storms. Storms are scary. Nope. Oops.
I personally might
Nope.
exit.
That one. Storms are scary. And one more. Nope. 2 are fearful, and I believe they have to run away. Is it now or on your turn? On their turn. Does it say they use their reaction to try and get away from you?
The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. It can't move closer to me, and it has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
Yep.
Whilst the source of its fear is within the line of sight.
Right. Oh, there's another one down there I didn't see. Nope. He's fearful too. Alright, so they don't have to flee, they just have to, they just can't approach and they've got disadvantage on you. Sounds good. If you find any more on that, let us know. Have you got anything else left? Hello?
That was one... Oh, I probably did it silly way around there, didn't I?
That was an action.
Can I use the extra attack as another action?
No, when you take the attack action, when you use your action to attack, extra attack grants you another one. That's all that does. So you've got your bonus action, your movement, and your reaction left, I would say, at this stage.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I did a silly one, that one, but that'll be my turn, pretty much.
No worries, we're here to learn and keep learning. Alright, this school, it's afraid and can't come out, so it's going to scour back in here. And then we're back up to the top roll. You can't do anything, but at the end of your turn, you can make another con save to see if you can shake paralyzing effects. Go for it. Con save, DC 10.
Aha! 7.
Your weak elven constitution has let you down again, so cries the dwarf. Hakuna, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm going to bring out my rapier. And I am going to have at you. Cool.
No worries. Do you have an extra attack, or is that
Hey,
just...
Rita, You'd have advantage if you're having attacking the ghoul to your front, because he has another person within.
No, that's
That's a rogue thing.
to receive advantage.
Pun?
You've got to be flanking to receive advantage. Just having someone next to you doesn't trigger it unless you've got a special ability. Rogues need someone next to them to
Right, okay.
not advantage.
No, I do not think I have any.
The next time,
bonus
if you
dice.
move around over here, you'll be flanking that one between you and Hal, so you would have gained advantage. You don't have extra attack?
No.
You got anything else you wish to do?
Oh no, I can do a daunting roar as a bonus action.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to give my best lion roar.
Let's hear it.
Meow. Wait, do I have to roll for this? Let me just check.
I think they make a save. Is it it a cone effect or is it?
Yeah, it's a creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you can hear. Must.
You can hear you?
Yeah, 10
No
feet
worries.
in front of me. So I got.
All right.
Two in front of me.
Well, there is, but there's also this guy down here and this one over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's around you. I'd say this guy here is bordering on too far away.
So it's a wisdom saving for 12.
Fail. Fail. Succeed. Succeed. All right. So the top two fail. What's the damage? What happens?
The damage is. Let's see. The
Well,
DC is once you use this trait, you can wait. They become frightened of you until the end of your next turn.
Okay. More frightened things. And that one's doubly frightened. Frightened of both of you. Okay.
Run away!
But does it say they have to run away, or is it just frightened?
No, it just says they
They're just frightened.
they become frightened of you.
No worries. Well, it's now the one in front of you, Halithosis, to your east, and it's not afraid. I'm not afraid. Ooh, 20 to hit
It hits.
for 10 piercing, and we'll do a claw attack for 17 to hit.
17 matches.
Match is a hit. For another 8, and you've got to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 10. Will be paralyzed for 1 minute.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
The only way you could fail it. The only way.
I got a +8 in that bastard.
The only way. And you find yourself, like Rowan, now paralyzed.
Okay.
Where was my house?
On the offense.
What was the first damage? 10. And the second one was 8.
You two are paralyzed, which means they've got advantage on their attacks against you, which means your scaredy ones are just not balanced out again. Bruno, what do you got?
Okay. Scorching Ray on the 3 ghouls that are around Rock. 4.
Sounds good.
Okay. 2d6. Roll high, damn you. 9 points of damage on those 3 that are.
Does Scorching Ray require an attack roll?
No, you create 3 rays of fire, hurl them within the targets within range. You can hurl them at one or several. Make a range spell attack for each
Yes.
ray. Yes.
Then yes, you need an attack roll on them first.
Okay, how do I do that?
Well, a couple ways. Let's have a look at your character sheet. Flaming. You've got Scorching Ray in your character sheet.
Oh, I did too.
Things you can do. You can just hit that 3 times. One for and just work your way around each of them. All right. So 24 will hit the first guy for 5 points of fire damage.
Mhm.
Now, also remember in future, if you upcast it, it'll do either more rays or more damage. I can't remember. Worth looking into.
Yeah, it talks about that, yeah.
Did I?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Both of those guys are already gone. So I'm going to get them off the board. And this guy, say, twice for 8 and 6. 14. Drops him down to 9. Right, so a couple of burning rays zip around the paralyzed roll, burning into the undead creatures, gaining their attention, particularly after you threw your pack at them.
Yep. I advance, and I retrieve my warhammer off Rogue.
Not a problem. He's showing no resistance. You just pluck it out of his hands. You've got no metal on you at this point in time because you've thrown your pack and you're not wearing anything because you're a druid. I'm pretty happy to say you have either got bone clips or some such. That's on brand for you.
Yep.
All right. Well, this one's going to attack Rowan. He still have advantage because Rowan is still paralyzed. So a bite.
I heckle him.
15 points of damage, Rowan, as the thing bites onto you. And then a 20 to hit for another 5 points. And you've got to make a save versus paralyzed. You're already paralyzed. You can't be more paralyzed. Luckily, you can't be more paralyzed. I'm as paralyzed as I can be. This one, you've gained the attention, Ben. It's going to attack you. It's going to bite at you for a lucky disadvantage. 6.
No.
And 15 to hit. Does 15 hit?
Nope.
Lucky. Next ghoul up the line is the one that's scared of Haller, but Haller, you're paralyzed, which has given it's encouraged to see it try to take another swipe at you. So it's laying on it. A 14 to hit.
Nope.
And a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Good thing you're armored. Back round to you. You're paralyzed. You don't get to do anything. At the end of your turn, you can, unless you've got a special ability or some such.
Second wind.
That requires a bonus action. You can't do anything because you're paralyzed, I believe. I haven't gone be sure.
Okay.
You're
Cool. Well, I will try my DC saving throw for Constitution.
if you can shake it off. I'm expecting a 1. You managed to shake off the effects of paralyzation. You are back in the game for your next round, unless something takes it away from you. Ghoul. That ghoul's still frightened, can't come out. Roll. Your turn, unless you've got anything special to break, or you just roll for your breaking the paralysis.
Aha!
Back in the game. Next round.
Hey.
You shake off the effects. Hopefully nothing attacks you between now and then. Hakuna Matata.
Akuna Natata.
Hakuna Matata. They were breaching copyright there. I want to make sure we're very clear we understand exactly where we are with this.
I'm going to have another go with my rapier.
Another attack with your rapier.
Yes.
If you move into a flanking position, you'll get a... although that one's already afraid of you.
Yes, they're both afraid of me.
Yep.
I'm assuming these little lightning cloud means that they're
They're scared.
Scared.
Until the end of your next turn.
Yes.
It will be the end of your next turn, so yes.
I
Take
am
advantage of
going
it while
to
you can.
Stab at them.
Go.
Alright, let's hope this works. Boom! Okay.
No. Even advantage wouldn't have done anything. Are you sure you only get 1 attack at this stage?
As far as
You
I
don't
can
have extra
tell.
attack? Somebody help her out.
Yeah, she
think
does. Really believe she does. Yeah, no, totally. Like 18 attacks.
Back to the ghoul. All right, attacking you, Ross, for a bite. 21 for 10 points of damage. 21 hit you, Ross?
Yeah, it does.
Look at 17, it sure does. And a 4 attack for 13. That will scrape off your armor. Luckily, it's the claws you must be weary of. The next one is no longer afraid of Rita. Or Hakuna Matata. So it can attack you again without any disadvantage or such. A bite for 12 and a critical on its claws. It strikes you.
The first attack against it,
Yep.
I'm going to go to do the sentinel and hit it with my halberd.
Sounds good. Whirling the halberd round with expertise, striking creatures close to you. You can.
So, 17.
For 17 points, and it remains standing. And on that second attack, which was the critical, Because you can only attack on a missed. Isn't that how Sentinel works?
Sentinel is whenever a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you.
Right.
You can use your reaction to make a melee attack against them.
Well, that was the first one.
Yep.
All right, Hakuna, you're going to take 11 points of damage as it splashes into you and make a con save, DC 10.
Yeah, I was hoping I could drop it before it did the second attack, but didn't work.
Wait, which one is this? Saving throws?
Yep, saving throw.
Boo! I'm just rolling poorly today.
Where are our advantage, people? Where are the crit coins? You find yourselves becoming paralyzed as your body is unresponsive to you. Ben, what's Bruno doing?
Okay, I'm gonna hit the guy in front of me with my warhammer.
Bring it. 15 will hit, doing 8 damage, which will almost take this thing out of the picture.
God damn it!
Don't all have the same amount of hit points. The thing in this automatically rolls them, so they've all got different amounts of hit points, so you can't predict it.
No, that's fine.
You have an extra attack?
What can I use? Nope, that's an action. Come on, something's got to be a bonus action.
Some spells are. But they're usually healing or like healing word or shield or those sort of things. There are others.
Why is everything that wants to set something?
I think that the intent is that you're meant to either have wild shaped or summon your creature to get those extra attacks in. That's how the dribble works. You're either meant to be a bear or you're meant to be.
I sort of want to save that, so yeah. Well, I've got some attention now, so yeah.
Not a problem. Alright, this one is going to attack Rolk with a bite for 14.
Let's see. I use my reaction. That's shit. This is
Throw shield up, giving you an extra 5 AC. Sounds good. And a 15, I dare say, with your dex and your shield up, that won't work. Good, because you're getting low on hit points. This next one is going to attack... That was that one, wasn't it? That was. Next guys go. This one attacking Ben. Attacking Bruno. For a bite for 13.
Nope.
And a claw for 14.
Nope.
You're good. This one that's still scared. How long does that fear last on it, Halla?
Oh, 1 second.
Those pipes of haunting, I believe you used. Is it a minute or? All right, let's go disadvantage.
Minute.
6 and 15. So both of those will miss on you. Now it's your turn, Halla. Drop these things.
Sure. I am going to use action. I think action surge.
Yes. Well, let's get your normal attack off first, and then use your bonus action to action surge. I believe that's how it works.
Halberd on the first one facing Halla. No, sorry. There.
That's a 1.
What's going on?
They're getting a lot of 1s in this game.
Alright. The one in front of Rita.
Rita?
Take me!
10? No.
I'm a soft, fleshy 17 armored bard.
And in front of them.
You're going to use your action surge now?
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Burn that.
Go again. With 2 attacks. 25.
13
That'll do it.
damage.
He drops. You're next.
Then I'm going to hit the one to my east.
Yep. 9. Oh, rough. What is with
Then
these
as a
bad rolls?
bonus action, I'm going to
Yep.
hit him with hammer horns. Hammering horns.
Did you have to use your bonus action to bring on the action surge?
No. Action surge doesn't say it's a bonus action.
No worries. You know what? I played one, so I just gotta ask the old question.
So you can still take additional action on top of yours and a possible bonus action.
No worries.
So immediately after you hit a creature with, I suppose I attempted to hit him. I didn't hit him with melee. So
You hit him once.
no, that's the dead one.
Ah, right. So your
No.
bonus action's no good, yeah?
No, we'll just go second wind and get a
Get some
plus
hit points back.
D10.
All right. You call upon your strength reserve and find inner strength. Ghoul, that one can't come close to you. It's stuck in there. Rulka.
So I'm just like my extremely good rolling a 3.
Mhm.
Anybody paralyzed near me? Is there a spare weapon on their belt?
Rita is up there paralyzed as she's allow her rapier hand to slump by her side and stand there looking like she's about to go down.
Naked
Don't
road.
let me touch the water.
Would someone like a warhammer? Would they?
Keep me out of the
I'd
water.
like something.
This hand is pure water only.
There you go. Mon Brew's saying it was D10 plus fighter level when she got back there. Color.
Is it?
You can check that, but
Level. Yep.
mods,
Okay.
mods usually on point with that sort of thing. All right, Rourke, what have you got?
I'm going to step back into the shadows.
Disengage, bonus action.
And step to that
Pick
again.
up a rock and throw it.
Get the rapier.
You take the rapier from Akuna's slack hand.
And then I'm going to attack that ghoul.
Go for it.
An 11 to hit, and guess I've got advantage. I suppose.
You haven't taken the hide action, so you're still wandering around the midst of the fight. Yeah, we're just gonna probably have to have a talk about exactly how this invisibility in darkness is going to take hold when they can see. And I've had this trouble with Plume Stalkers. We'll have to settle that. For the moment, we'll go with your invisible, so you've got advantage. So yes, both will hit, and you will drop that as it hits slops into the water. Anything else?
No, I think that's all my actions.
No worries. Hakuna, you can't do anything this round, but you get to make a save to see if you shake it off at the end of your round. Con save. Nope. You're going to stay there for a while as you keep slumping down close to the water's level. Going weak in the knee. She slowly starts dripping down into it.
Internally screaming.
The hair, it's getting closer to the water.
Halla, the one next to you, to your east, swings with a 4 to hit, and then attacks with a 9 to hit, doing not much good as it scratches against your armor, being ineffective. Bruno,
Right,
in front of you is about to drop.
right. I've had enough of this. Scorching Ray, down the line.
All right, give us your first one. That'll drop it. Next one's a miss. Next one's a hit with only 3 damage.
Damn it!
Well, you can spread out over them, but yep. All right, so a couple of burning. There's fire sparks from your hand. Anything else? Step out of the corridor if you wish.
I charge with my hammer up in like just an intimidating way towards that one. And, can I crash tackle him and try and drown him?
They're undead, so they generally don't have to worry about breathing. But also that'd be an action coming in to do something, and you've already used your action to cast.
I've done that. So I come up leering like I'm going to hit him with my hammer to distract him.
Yeah, good. Distract the undead. This one that's scared of you, Ella, is going to attack with... actually, attacking you is no good. It's going to move up and attack. These things aren't completely dumb. It can't move closer. It hasn't moved closer. It's swung around at the same distance. So it's going to attack Rita. It's got advantage, so a 12 to hit and an 11 to hit, as it does horribly.
And I'm going to hit it
Go for it.
for 22 to hit with 14 damage.
Scoring another good strike. Feats are worth it, people. All right, Hella, your turn. That one to your north is looking really weak, while that other one to your east is looking pretty sturdy. It doesn't look like it's really been hit yet.
I'm going to hit the one that's still scared of me.
That's good.
16 to hit.
You do so, and it's gone. As it collapses back into the wall.
Then hit the second one. 15 to hit.
A 15 will hit.
Sweet. I try hammering horns as well.
Okay.
So, immediately after you hit the creature with a melee attack, on your turn as a bonus action, you can attempt to shove it with your horns.
Awesome.
Unless it succeeds a strength saving throw of 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier, you push it up to 10 feet away.
Oh, it's a shove type thing.
Yep.
So you've got to hit it, or is it just it's a opposed strength? Was it?
It's got a strength saving throw of 8 plus.
I got 14. It'll probably be 8 plus your proficiency plus a stat.
Yeah, 15.
It got 14. It is pushed back. Launching back, as you shove it with your horns, it finds itself rammed up against the far wall. The next ghoul that's still back there can't do anything. You can hear the noise it's making. Rolk, you're up.
Okay.
Go get your gear.
And to... Stabby.
No worries. Who had your gear, by the way? Did you just drop it in the water back there and left it? Or?
I know, it's all back there. Drove some pittons in for the wall.
Hanging off the pitton on the wall? No worries. Alright, well, you race back down up there. You stabby, which you do easily. And with that amount of damage, you will be able to drop this thing.
Excellent. I shall now hide.
You hide in the darkness. Well, you guys aren't under any strict time limit at this point, considering you've got another few rounds before the last creature you can hear making noise through the hidden wall.
Sneak in.
The hidden wall. The illusionary wall that was keeping these things hidden. As Hakuna will shake off the parallel and find himself without your rapier.
Kick water against everything and see what happens as it kicks up and splashes against the walls. Do I notice anything?
No, not here.
Right.
I'm going
Pick
to
up a
sneak
sword.
in and stab the
Roll.
ghoul.
Not a problem. Let's give us a sneak attack as you're able to quickly and slowly wade through the water. Again, moving quickly in this area is going to kick up a lot of water and giving away your position. But with a critical on a sneak attack, I'd say you're able to finish this one off. How do you do it?
While covering my private parts. Pirouette slash.
Just in case you had a ready action. And Hakuna Modbrew has told you to play the wife card. All right. Right. How are we going to get Rolk's gear? To the north and to the west is a set of stairs that rises up out of the water.
Ooh.
All the way back down the corridor is Rolk's equipment. What's the plan?
Okay, I'm going to find my pack, mend it, put all my tools back in it,
Nice. Nice.
leave the pack with Rolk, walk
Yep.
back down, grab all his gear,
Yep.
pack some mud into it a bit,
Right.
and then drag it through the water on a rope all the way through to him, and then sort of wash it off and hand it back to him.
Okay.
And I'm going to put in my mud.
Here's how that's going to go for you. Leaving your items back here and having carrying no metal, being a druid, using only bone ties and things like that, you're able to pass through this corridor with only a slight tingling sensation. You pick up all his equipment and jam it, soak it, and try and find slime and things like that off the walls. And as you start dragging it through the water, by the time you get to, I'm going to move you, here-ish.
Yep.
Steaming. By the time you get to here and it's 5 foot behind you, it's starting to steam more so. When you get to here, it is now bubbling in the mud.
Full.
And by the time you get here,
Away.
it goes slack, it's burnt through, and all his stuff drops all over the floor, bubbling and burning all through. All your gold coins, all your buckles, all your bits and pieces that are metal on any part of your pack equipment are sitting there red hot and bubbling under the water.
I'll use my trusty stick and flick them towards the end.
Ah, that trusty stick. Dungeoneering at its finest here, people.
That goes.
All right, so each gold coin is going to have to be pushed forward. Hope you don't have too many on you. There's a rogue.
I'll do the sword first and the arrow.
Sword, the arrow. A lot of the arrow heads are probably becoming dislodged from the shafts that they've burnt red hot. And burning this is going to take a little bit of time to mend and repair your equipment. Luckily, someone's got the mending spell. And after a significant amount of time, again, it's going to take to get all the gear across and into this room. You're able to then start sitting there for a while, because it takes a minute to cast the mending cantrip, and start making your way through repairing all the gear. The rest of you during this time period, what's your plan? And we will be wrapping up very shortly. I just want to know where we're sort of leaving off.
After the few scratches and bites the ghouls try to do to me, I'll go around with the halberd and just like, make sure you're dead, make sure you're dead, make sure you're dead.
Good, good.
We got some.
Heal some people up,
Yeah.
and then we take a rest, maybe?
I can cast Catnap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Catnap will get a rest in a 10-minute time, which is more than enough time to leave the rogue sitting there pushing all his coins and all his little items and buckles and pieces like that.
I'll cast Catnap. It will.
Or you can wait till the rogue's done and then in 10 minutes knock over a quick rest and everyone gets it.
It only heals up to 3 willing creatures at a time.
Well, someone misses out.
I'm good. I need to get some spells back, but other than that.
Spells for a druid or a long rest.
But yeah, so I suppose search everything and see if there's anything useful anywhere.
No worries.
Dedicated search. Deliberate search.
Go for it. I'd suggest resting not in the foot of muck, but actually getting up on the stairs and onto the landing where you can be dry and start wringing things out. Your shoes, your clothes, your equipment that's been wet from swimming. Thoroughly
Out of the
investigating
feet,
the area. You're able to find just that there was that mirror image, image on the wall. Other than that, feeling along the muck and feeling along the walls, you find no passages in this area.
With the hidden image, is it a unit displaying it, or is there a magical item there?
It's, I guess, location locked. The caster would have put it in and put a permanency spell on it, so it would stay in that location. I guess it could be dispelled. Would be one way of dealing with it, but there's no item projecting an image, I guess, is what you're
I
after.
thought that'd be an awesome way to have a rest. Just project a wall over something.
Yeah, not bad. I like it.
Smart. That is thinking. All right. From there, at the top of the stairs, you will take your rest. There is a door there, but we won't progress because I know it's late for some of us, and we'll call it there. Guys, yeah, that's one room, one fight. This might take longer than what I originally planned. Considering we're probably looking at least a whole session to do half, and then a whole session to do that. We're probably looking at another 2 sessions to do this wing. But lots of more fun to have, lots of things to explore, and lots of things to do. Sven, how you going?
Not too bad, thank you. Nice to have a front row seat to someone else's game. A lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Cool, thank you.
Thank
Thanks, players. Thanks for joining in. Thanks to everyone who's been watching this on Sven's stream. Thank you, Sven, for hosting us on this channel. I thought I'd give this a try. You never know. You always got to fail at everything, don't you?
Well, I definitely would not call this a failure. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a few people jump in on the chat and engage. I want to encourage more people to redeem some of those crit coins and give Luke a natural 20 for the next episode. It's always fun having a character death, wouldn't you guys agree?
There you are.
Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah? Yeah,
I
sure.
have a backup character.
Everyone's got
Can
backup
you
characters.
roll deception for me?
Only one.
No, it's been good. But you know how it is. You have an idea in your mind about how long things are going to take, but it always kind of depends about like how much people want to get into the role play and how much people want to like sort of explore and engage with the environment around them. So, you know, some sessions are gonna go quicker, some sessions are gonna go longer. I've done it so many times where I thought I wrote a one shot, ended up being a 3-parter. It ended up being 12 hours or longer or something. So, but no, it's good, and we're going to be running this every Monday. Is that sound about right? Weekly?
Mondays. There are a
That's
few
Monday.
that holidays and things are coming up and
Yep.
such, but next week and the week after, I believe we are good unless someone has an unforeseen fall.
Well,
One more room
yeah.
to it. Yeah.
So there you go. Not gonna lie, I thought Rock was going to be in a little bit of trouble there, knowing what ghouls can do to people. on a like
naked with a stick.
naked with a stick, paralyzed with 4 or 5 ghouls there. It can get nasty pretty quick, but you managed to make your way through it, and it has lived up to its reputation so far. I've been enjoying it. So yeah, what else can I say other than thank you, Luke, first of all, for putting your hand up to run this on the channel. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for jumping in as players. It's not easy, broadcasting yourself out there for everyone to watch, but you guys did an amazing job. Before we go, obviously, the most important thing that I have to say is you guys need to check out Big Game Small Pieces. Luke, you do adventure reviews, class reviews, race reviews, all this kind of stuff, and not just 5th edition stuff. You do 3.5, 3.5 edition, and all that kind of stuff as well. So you want to have a quick chat, let the people know what you do?
No worries. Big Game Small Pieces. We're on a couple of different things. We'll post some links somewhere, I guess, in here. But basically, it's adventure reviews. I just did the review on this one. It's just on the YouTube on there now, and I'm currently editing 2 or 3 other subclass reviews from Tasha's. So thanks for that. Check that out. We'll throw some links up, and I might throw some more links as we keep this going. If you're interested in having a look at my opinion on this and other adventures, and with one of our people who have joined us tonight, Mod Brew, me and him review a lot of these subclasses and such.
Yeah, they're awesome. I love those videos. I always check them out when they pop up on YouTube. So make sure you give Big Game Small Pieces a follow, a subscribe on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter or whatever, wherever else you can find Big Game Small Pieces. And I regularly chuck up links to that in my own YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff, so you can find them there if you're not sure where to find them. But otherwise just Google it. I do need to say a big shout out, obviously, to Mod, as you said. As always, he's our biggest supporter, so thank you. You've seen him in the chat tonight. Valiant Odyssey podcast. You can find them where you find all good podcasts. My good friend Ando at Othic Gaming. The guys over at the Dungeon Ruse podcast, obviously. They're also good friends of ours and supporters of the show. We love what they do. They do IRL games, and they also have a podcast, which is a lot of fun. And as for Crit and Miss, if you want to see more, obviously join us next week on Monday for more White Plume Mountain. But we've also got, what do we got? On Wednesday night, we've got another episode of Tales from the Roguelite Tavern with DM Mark, which is basically just up and down classic dungeon crawl with a rotating cast of players and characters, which is a lot of fun. I should be joining them again for that one as a player. On Friday night, I have the next episode of Critical Conversations, where I'm going to be joined by artist Evan Winston. So join us for that one and leave a message in the chat, and you can go into the draw to win a free art commission by Evan himself. If you want to go into the draw before that, if you don't think you can make it, you can also join us on Discord. Go to the drawingsandragons.com text channel and leave a message in there, and you'll go into the draw to win that as well. And and a free art commission is pretty big deal. They're usually a couple $100 or something like that, so it's a pretty good thing to go into the draw to win. Then on Saturday night, we have our Call of Cthulhu stream, Shadows of Despair, episode 1 of that, where you can watch me play a male prostitute. So if you want to see me role-playing a male prostitute, make sure you join us on Saturday night for that one.
There is not enough Call of Cthulhu out.
No, there's not. So I was just dipping my toes. I was interested in Call of Cthulhu, and Alicia put her hand up to be the keeper for that one and to run us through that. So it's my first time playing Call of Cthulhu, so it should be a lot of fun. Does anyone else have something that they want to let the people know before we call it a night? No? All good? Well, this video will go up on YouTube as well for anyone to watch, so make sure you check that out. And if you're in the chat right now, stick with us because we're going to be raiding another channel very soon. Just spread that D&D love, give them a little bit of support. So other than that, thank you very much, guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you all on Wednesday or next Monday, depending on what you want to do. Good night, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Thanks.